This is a reading for Libra, and this will be for August 2024. So I'm just going to do sort of I'm just trying a different deck out, so it might be a little bit different here in some of the interpretation, and it's a new deck for me, so I might have to refer a little bit. But overall, just wanted to go through just sort of a rough idea of what you would be anticipating. Because this is a new deck, again, I just was reading it a little bit differently, although the cards are fairly, basic in terms of, what Queen of Pentacles and King of Cups is and all of that. However, we're just going to start off with just the first set of cards here. So I'll go with the first card out here, which of course is the King of Cups. So overall, we all do know that the King of Cups generally is representing a water sign. Certainly does indicate that in terms of your finances, there could be someone coming in here to assist you or give you advice or something along that line. But either way, this person could very well represent as compassionate and certainly does wise person, but does things from the heart space. So it's something along that line. However, there's also that indicator that because the king is an older, generally tends to represent an older male figure, there's also that aspect. And it certainly could be you as well, that's coming through with the King of Cups. So again, water sign is still somebody who's in that realm of also being very good about things on an emotional level. So, you know, more in control of their emotions and all of that. So I would say, whoever this is, it seems to be a very level headed kind of based energy anyway, either way. So I think that for you in this month, there's a lot here that kind of suggests something in around balance, levels of balance. So I would say, like I said, there's something here about getting support or advice or something like that that comes through with that King of Cups energy. Now, I did pull some of the clarifiers that sort of fall around this here as well. And the King of Cups is followed by the Two of Swords. So this can also indicate that there is some kind of uncertainty. And that's probably why there is some advice seeking in regards to a particular matter. So I'm not seeing anything that is devastating or anything of that nature. All of the cards that were coming through here for the month of August seem to suggest that you're at some kind of a decision to make. You have a decision to make about something that could also very well be close to the heart space. So if you're working on a project or something like that, or even trying to master your emotions, that sort of area here as well kind of comes into play. But it is still something that speaks to trying to hold back or control one's emotions. Now, again, it's Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Also does indicate that there could be advice that's coming through from a counselor or psychic or somebody that you feel is a trusted advisor to you in regards to a matter that would be around your finances or some aspect of that. So again, whether you're consulting with someone who is a professional or whether this is somebody who is, a psychic of sorts, that there's something here about leaning on someone here for their advice in regards to a particular situation. Now, the other thing is, too, like I said, there is something that you are uncertain about. And I do later in the reading see something that comes out in regards to a devil energy, but that's not the primary energy. That's really more of a secondary because it is energy that's more related to things going to too far of an extreme in emotions or thought, emotions, thought, whatever, anything that's going to be putting you out of balance, basically. But right now, a lot of this reading seems to be about try to keep things in check. So every time something feels like it's veering out of balance, rein it back and bring it right back into balance. It seems to be a lot of that. It's like you're chasing something, letting your, thoughts getting away with you or something like that. And then you have to keep reining it back. It's something along that line. But again, we're still just starting out here and we'll go through all the clarifiers. So again, that devil card that was out there further, that's just a clarifier. It's not specific to, the main cards here. So the main cards out would be, again, starting with that King of Pentacles. And then, of course, Further out, there is the Queen of Pentacles, and then we've got the Four of Wands. So most of this is really minor arcana. There's nothing major that I see that is occurring in the month of August. But I do see that. Oh, sorry, I was just checking. I see. Hi, sorry if I mispronounce names. I'm so horrible. Oh, you're from Hawaii. Wow, that would be amazing. Super warm there. And very greetings to, sorry, is it Leilani? Sorry if I mispronounced that. I always butcher names. I'm sorry. But anyway, yeah, back into the reading here. So again, when it comes to King of Cups, like I said, there's something here about you getting some kind of advice or something that is throwing you off here a little bit. Now, as I said, the devil does come out here later. So it almost feels like you can't break from something. So it's almost like there's something here that could be, um, you don't want to change something, and yet there is something of a change that is kind of pending. The fact that we get to the point of the Two of Swords again still speaks to there being a little bit of a situation here where you have to, it's kind of holding you, it's putting you into a holding position where I'm not saying you're not advancing forward, but it's almost like maybe you're in denial of something, or maybe you're blocking something here that's in around the finances. You're not willing to make a decision, or you don't want to make a decision about something. Um, and it does seem to be around 10 of Pentacles, or at least, as I say, right now it's the decision needs to be made, and it's in around something that's related to legacy money, long-term finances. This is big money that we're talking about with the 10 of Pentacles. So whoever this resonates for, to a lesser degree, you could sort of take it on the other, side of things as well, that this is just in around a family matter that does involve some large finance, but again, we'll sort of feel it out and see where it goes. But it seems to be big money that is involved here. And there's a decision around that. So I feel like whatever you're working on seems to have, it's a very big investment that you're going to have to possibly, there's, again, with that devil card and that two of swords, there is a sense that there could be some sense of procrastination. But either way, there's a lot in this reading that speaks to balance it out, weigh your options out, and sort of protect your energy, all of that. Because I don't feel like you're going to be in this stalemate position for too long. And then again, when we get to the 10 of Pentacles, and again, these are all the clarifiers. So this is where you're at right now, is you're in that space in August about consulting for advice in regards to something. So it's almost like a decision can't go forward until the decision is made. But you're trying to get some kind of feedback or some kind of advice that deals with big money, basically big money. So, Ten of Pentacles, like I said, overall is about wealth and establishment, and there's some kind of inheritance sort of energy there too. So, I was just reading. Hi, champion leader. Oh, from India. Oh, you were trying to get your money back. Okay, well, I'll start with what I've got here and see what happens. I mean, like I said, I just kind of glanced at the card, so I didn't get a full um, understanding of it. That's why I'm just sort of picking it up as we go along here and see what comes out. Again, it's a new deck for me, and I should mention this one is called Tarot Landscapes for anybody who's interested. So actually like the cardstock, and the imagery is pretty good too. Um, it's almost like it's more vibrant than a pastel sort of, but anyway, either way, you can see for yourself. So anyway, back into the Ten of Pentacles. So again, there's a decision to be made. There's a consultation with somebody who is more established or has more of a mature approach to helping you to figure something out here. But I would say that you're looking to pass on whatever this is. It'll be something that you'll be able to pass on to future generations. So it definitely is going to be a prosperous time, not in August. These are all clarifiers, but it does indicate that things are in motion that are in regards to more substantial uh, finances. So anyway, again, some of you, this might come in as some kind of inheritance. Others, it can be a windfall from, stocks or some kind of a ticket. But again, you're not quite in the energy of it yet. And then again, for others of you, this is some kind of long term project that you've been working on that is very established. And that to me seems to be more where this is leading, less around the quick wins and that kind of thing, because Ten of Pentacles is really that legacy. And that's where things have to be very established and good footing, strong foundation for things to move forward. But either way, it is a substantial amount of money that this is looking at anyway. Okay, so we're going to kind of skip it ahead now into the next bit here. So this is Queen of Pentacles. Hi, Metamorphosis. Oh, you were always very sweet to see you always. Sorry, I do things when I'm very tired, so hopefully this comes through with a little bit of clear enough message for you guys. So again, when we get to the Queen of Pentacles, now this is another card again of somebody who is fairly established in their own right. Queens are always, as they say, it's sort of a receptive energy. So I feel like it's more energy that's coming in, or they'll take in more of the information versus putting it out into the world. So it's something along the lines of kind of building a goal in the way of uh, because the Queen of Pentacles has that ability to, again, it's Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, but it also has that energy of building on achievements, that kind of thing. So it's not impulsive energy. All pentacles really are very established, foundational. There's a lot of work that goes into them. So this is, again, not quick, easy money. This is something where it's practical and it's tangible and it's, coming up with solutions. There's a plan, there's a strategy, there's a business sort of sense that you're operating from. So um, I just feel like with the Queen of Pentacles, you're really doing a lot to work on whatever this is. And again, there's a decision that will be made in the month of August. And again, after a consultation of sorts, that's in regards to, making a better decision regarding finances and sort of, but either way, it's good money from lots of different angles here. So I just feel like this is a time where things are going to start to build now. The fact that it's followed up by the Magician is actually really, really good card here as well. Because again, it's like you're entering into this very rich period in your life, not just on a financial level, but things are starting to turn, things are starting to change. But it's not something I feel when it's Magician energy here. Um, I feel like that's still very dependable energy because there's a lot that goes into the Magician. This is that energy of um, a lot of manifestation, using all of the skills and resources to apply to a particular area of one's life. So again, there's a lot going into this, and again, that's followed with the Queen of Pentacles. So it's very well planned, well thought out in a particular way. I'm not saying that I see a lot of corporate energy or strategy that way. I see more gaining information is what it feels like in the month of August. Because again, with that Two of Swords energy, that is making some decisions about something. It can be, I don't want to say you're locked in or crossroads and, not making a decision at this, because it feels like that, because normally sometimes that Two of Swords can feel a little bit emotionally blocked in regards to something that is in around finances. Sometimes you can feel blocked, but I don't feel that you are, especially given all of the other cards that follow. Again, there's still that sense of a wise counselor or somebody that you're going to kind of figure out how to deal with, something that's in around finances and long-term money. Um, so it's valuable insights, whatever that is for you that's coming through. But either way, I still feel like there's huge opportunity that will be coming in here with all of these cards. Now, like I said, the Queen of Pentacles, that is somebody, especially with the Magician energy, it can speak to, it's the potential in something. So it's almost like you're at the doorstep of something because here's the Queen of Pentacles doing all the right things, putting one foot in front of the other, and starting to apply things to bring it into reality. And again, I mean, I do believe personally that especially because I have done some research with some things. And again, a little tired today to kind of go into any explanation, um, but just from the things that I've been reading, it does seem to be that the world, is if you're sort of looking at energy and applying that into the physical reality, action, of course, is the grind. It's the part that, if you always have a thought in your head and it's never acted upon, then it remains a very rich thought, a rich imagination. But when you're actually able to put the grind, like as they say, diamonds need to be ground into some pressure, to create something. I feel like it's along that same line. We are meant to have one that creates sort of the vision, and the other is to actually create the impact of that vision. So, however that makes any sense. Sorry, guys, I'm just a little on the tired side today. But anyway, so going back into the Magician and the Queen of Pentacles, this is really that potential for material success. The potential is there, the seeds are there, the steps are there. It's more about now, how do you achieve the goal? You're building up the information, bringing it in. This is a receptive card. So again, the Magician is still that space of, you know, um, there's an intention here. I don't feel like you lack focus or direction or anything like that. Sometimes some people can take it that way with that, but I don't. It's more, to me, that's more fool energy. But now we're bringing it into the space of the lever. So again, that's more decision that's coming in here. So it's something is being communicated to you either way, that you have some coordinated effort that needs to be made here. The twos are all about a partnership. It's all about a connection or a relationship, or relationship to something, relationship to this goal, this dream, whatever that is for you, that seems to be very abundant. And like I said, it's about balancing all of that out. So there, it looks like there could be a period of waiting with that Lover's card here as well, but it's still in motion. And again, this is further out, the Magician and the Lover's card. So this is still speaking to things that are yet to impact you. But in August is when things start to really turn around. So whatever it is, there's some kind of a decision that takes place in August, and it almost looks like on two different fronts. So it's almost like deciding to get into a partnership of some sort in regards to business or something that is legacy money, large scale numbers is what we're looking at. But again, it's still very much about kind of creating something that is going to be quite significant for you. Like I said, um, even with the Lover's card, that is still not in, you're not quite in that space yet. The main card out is the Queen of Pentacles. So again, there's still very powerful combinations though. And that's what leads me to believe that this is going to be something that occurs over a period of time, because Ten of Pentacles is generational. That's something that's going to cross boundaries, cross eons, cross time, like large time frames. So that's, this may all, it's going to continue to build, is what I'm trying to get at. So the other part of it is too, is Queen of Pentacles is also that resourceful sort of energy. So as I mentioned, it's bringing in all the things that you need to sort of make the decision. And whatever it is that is going to be impacting you, like I said, it's going to be a coordinated effort. You're going to have to have somebody else that's involved here with that Lover's energy, because not only is it a choice and a decision, but it's also a connection to someone. Again, this could be a Gemini energy here as well, but it definitely speaks to some kind of important um, important person that's going to be, I guess, prevalent in this period, um, to help you to move this ahead. So it's more about the person, I think, that you're meeting in the period of August, or that connection, that partnership that you're making. Whatever it is, it's a cooperative coalition, as they say. So you're getting into business together with somebody here, is what I would say. Now, this could be contractual here, something legal that would likely be drawn up. Of course, King of Swords is also your energy, but it just really feels like this is going to be that space of, could be again drawing up contracts or dealing with something on a legal basis. But I also see that Libra, of course, is your energy here, so it's very strongly the focus. I also feel with when it comes out with you in your own energy, you strongly become, I feel, the energy that represents in this card. So again, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius is prevalent, um, also in the reading, but it almost feels like the messages to you is, think carefully, weigh things out. There's a lot of cards about balance, and I believe it was the Justice card that came out further in there too, as well. So it's about don't react emotionally, deal with things from a logical standpoint. So again, this is where I feel this is the advice to you more so. Don't look back, just don't let yourself be blocked. Look ahead, stay straightforward in how you deal with things. Um, because I feel like in you and I feel like have some high standards. Like this is a card of, I don't want to say headstrong necessarily, but and it could also be representing a writer or anything that's dealing with a lot of authority as well, because there is that sense of scholarly diplomatic kind of energy here. But again, there's still that sense of, you know, independence and strength, strong mind, strong will, full of potential. And it's just about, I guess, like I said, finding some kind of a balance really between all of that. Because there's a lot that's going on here, but it seems to be more about the connections that you meet in the period of August, or that you're readying yourself to make those connections. Maybe you've put out some kind of calls or whatever, or you will be by August. But again, even with that Magician and the Queen of Pentacles, there's still strong, strong potential for material success and prosperity if you act on it and you make the decisions. So if you do not act on it and you don't make the decisions, then everything stays stuck in the Two of Swords energy from the initial cards there. But I feel like this pursuit for you is one of, it will open up a lot of resources for you, is what I would say there, because it's really a lot of intention, getting advice, involving other people, long term money, making decisions, coordinating with other people. And again, there was a lot here about, even with the Magician, where you're really bringing everything together to sort of make this work, or whatever it is that you're doing, manifest. Like there's a lot going into it. Um, the King of Swords, like I said, just a reminder, deal with things on a straightforward basis, logical, fair, all of that. Strong intellect is also very prevalent in this period. And we also end up here with the Seven of Cups. So now the Seven of Cups could also be, because there's some other cards here, like I said, that kind of speak to, needing to balance your intuition with the practicality, and it's kind of bouncing back and forth between that a little bit here for me. So when I see the Seven of Cups coming up here, this is also an indicator that this is a card of, it's good finances. I mean, it's an investment that is going to be, or can be, very lucrative for you, but there's also a caution with it. Be careful who you trust and where you put your money. Seven of Cups is not a bad card, but it does mean that you're kind of going back and forth and making a decision about something. So it's almost like you are focusing on too many things at one time, is really what that card speaks to, and you just have to make a decision. Again, making a decision is pretty strong through the read, because there's the Lover's card and the Two of Swords, so there's a lot based on those elements. So, but I feel like you really have the ability to manifest your dreams here. There is a lot on, um, there's a lot, as I said, more so on balance and getting advice. But I also feel like with that Seven of Cups energy, especially next to the King of Swords, uh, cut through the confusion by dealing with things in a direct way, because that to me is where things are kind of leading. Like you're almost too overwhelmed with something that you're not able to possibly make the decision, or maybe that's why you're stymied. I'm not sure, because like I said, the Devil card does sort of show up here, and that could be related to why you're not able to get a clear sense of something. But I'm not saying you don't make a decision, but in August, that is where things are sitting. So there's a couple of decisions and some kind of cooperative effort that needs to be really looked at, and again, deal with things in a professional way, or at least in a very straightforward way. Um, if we were to looking at some of the other cards, I'm just going to pull out the last ones here. Okay, so the last card out here is the Four of Wands. So whatever this is, it impacts your foundation on a very significant level, and impacts family, I would say, as well. Um, so sorry, and I was just reading some of the questions there that you guys put up, but I will answer a couple of those here in a second at the end. But even as far as the Four of Wands, like I said, there's almost a sense of possibly conflict of interest here with that Devil. So there might be something here that's trying to hold you back that's in around the home front. There could also be, again, something that disrupts, and so your harmony is kind of broken to some degree, that causes a little confusion. But either way, there's a sense of whatever those negative habits or things are that bind you in some way. It just feels like you're breaking free of all of that. So whether this is impacting you now, or whether this is impacting you, um, you know, you're coming out of it, I see progress. I see growth. The Knight of Pentacles does speak to the same. So it does speak to kind of a slow pattern of establishing yourself. It is very practical energy in this reading, very, very practical energy. So again, you're putting in a lot of time, effort, energy into things. Knight of Pentacles is very persistent. This is somebody who has, hard work ethic and very ambitious. So there's something here about being responsible, organizing things, focusing on practical matters, and really getting things done. So it's perseverance overall, but again, there's a lot of honest, direct communication, and a lot here that's about setting, financial goals and sticking to them, that kind of thing. But overall, it still feels like things are going to improve steadily and surely, and for the long term in a very big way. But it's nurturing projects and all of those things that go with that Queen of Pentacles as well. And of course, you're here again with the Justice card. So there's a lot here about um, a lot that's being balanced out, a lot that is, kind of, again, this is more the clarifiers. And so this is energy you're still about to move into, but it's still very positive energy, and it's really balanced energy. So it's almost like things are just kind of running fairly smooth. No real risk taking here. It just feels like everything is, you're stepping back from the situation, you're impartial, and you're in a strong position because you are looking at the cause and effect of situations. You are being objective and detached from scenarios, and it's also about compromising when you need to compromise. So, again, this is a strong period for making connections. I feel like one is getting advice, the other is a connection that you make in regards to a particular partnership. There's also the card that followed, I believe, was, I know the Death card was in there too somewhere, which to me is kind of a cause and effect. When I see the Justice card and that Death card come out as well, don't feel it's related to any kind of death or anything like that. All the cards are very positive that way, but it feels like you're balancing out your decisions and really taking a hard look at things. So again, if there are some legalities involved with whatever it is that you're doing, this is where I feel that everything is sort of being resolved, and if there's conflicts, that's being resolved. There's more harmony, there's more balance, and again, it's just fair dealings. But again, there is that little bit of devil energy that I saw in there, although again, I feel like that one was closer around the home front area, so that was probably a little bit closer to you versus what energy is out there that you're trying to bring in. um but again, it's almost like you're bringing life back into some kind of balance, and then restructuring your priorities, all of that. So it's getting a clear picture as well about how you're moving forward. And the Eight of Swords means There is a sense of self-sabotage with Eight of Swords energy, but there's also that energy of trying to balance things out now. So if you were in a space where you weren't able to go forward because of negative thinking or otherwise, the Justice card does bring things back into alignment. So it does help you to work through all of that. So again, I don't feel like that is something that, I mean, there might be something that erupts at some point where, we're just trying to clear away some of that old energy. But I feel like you're not really restricted by it. And there might still be some triggers here, that where you don't believe in yourself, or there's some kind of thinking the worst over situation. But because all the cards here are more in your favor, I just feel like that's anything of impact. So when we're looking at the Seven of Wands, again, that's power and strength and energy. Seven of Wands is also about spiritual maturity. So it's almost like advice as well. Choose your battles wisely. Don't jump in and just take a stand. This is that energy of, you know, kind of incorporating everything that you're learning as you go along as well. So again, there's a sense here of, again, somebody who's coming in, um, somebody you are going to be cooperating with in terms of a partnership. And again, may not resonate for all of you, but for whoever this speaks to, this is what I'm getting. And then also with that Seven of Wands, it's energy of pushing through to get a clear idea of what it is that you want to deal with in regards to this transformation that you're undergoing. Again, it's that cause and effect energy here. So I still feel like there is a lot that speaks to being in a position of being careful about how you deal with going forward. So again, choosing those battles wisely. Um, but you've got a real push through, persevering kind of energy with that Seven of Wands. So I'm just trying to sort of tie it in with that Death card a little bit there, but it just really feels like there is something is changing as far as, you're like steadily working toward the realization of something here with that Seven of Wands. Because here, as I said, this is further out, but the outcome is the World. So the World card is the ultimate. That is a complete change in one's life. That is a significant change. So I do feel like this is going to feel like a whole new world by the end of all of this. I do feel like there is a sense of things opening up to you with the World card here as well. And there's also possibly some kind of travel that would go with this energy. So, again, there's a lot that's kind of at play there, but I still feel like, again, these are more just the clarifying energies, but this is where it's sort of headed because you've done a full circle. You've completed something. There's success here. There's fulfillment. There is definitely going to be long-term world energy is usually to me like it's like a year out or possibly within that year time frame. It's nothing that, so whatever started, there's something significant that happens in August that is going to culminate. And to me the World card is just a little bit further out, but again it's still long-term energy because of the Ten of Pentacles. So it's not something that's just going to arrive all at once. It's going to continue is what that would be. So again, still speaking to lots of long-term, money, I would say, that's related to the project that you're working on or whatever it is that you're dealing with. So again, there could be things here around something expanding on a global level. With the World card, this could be internet related as well, could be book sales, could be anything that's going to be film production or whatever. It could be anything that's just going to be very massive scale. So it's an accomplishment that you are waiting for that's going to be long term, like I said. So I'm just going to kind of quickly review a little bit here, but for the most part, I would say this is just going to be a really prosperous time that you're kind of moving into. And again, some of these cards are a little bit different as far as because it's a different deck. So I'll just quickly go back into that. Sorry, that's where it was. Okay, so again, King of Cups energy. I think I kind of spoke to that already, but either way, the main cards out here again are just they're minor arcana, so it's pushing something ahead. And that magician energy, as I said, was still about you kind of climbing into. You're still on the journey, but you're climbing into a better space where you're able to, move something from the ether, so to speak, into more of a reality. Again, you did have the devil energy out here as well. So that was also kind of speaking to dealing with some of the mysteries or the shadowy aspects there. I'm just trying to find what was that card there again. Sorry, guys. Oh, yeah, that's right. That one was around the, sorry to bounce around a bit here, but again, that devil energy was in around the Four of Wands. So it was in around the home front. So there could be something there that you just need to kind of work through to balance that. So, and again, protecting your energy is probably the best way to go with that, just to keep things even keel. But nothing impulsive in this reading at all. Everything is very steady. And again, even with the Wheel of Fortune and all of that, or sorry, Wheel of Fortune, it was the World card that came up. Just really strong energy, like I said, about completion cycles. You're not quite in it yet. For the most part, it's just going to be about you coordinating people in your life in the month of August to be able to move something ahead. So I still feel that something is close to home. I do feel like you enjoy what you do. I do feel like there is something here that kind of speaks to things opening up in a more distant way with that World card. And lots of water energy, Gemini energy. Just kind of quickly reviewing here again, guys. But yeah, I would say that's pretty much overall. So I'm going to just draw. Yeah, that was pretty much most of it. I'm too tired to go through all of it. Anyway, but what we'll do is we will also do, I just wanted to pull from a different deck. Give me 1 second. Okay, so we will do this one here. I shall do 2 decks. Sorry, guys. I was just trying to figure out what we can do on... all right, actually, maybe I'll answer one question first before I go into the other. Let's see here. For champion leader, is stock market trading good? Stock market trading good for champion leader? Stock market trading good for champion leader. Actually, I would say yeah. From these cards out here, there is sort of a coordinated effort. Things are pretty clear and stay balanced. Yeah, I would say yes. So I don't know what you've invested in, but it looks very positive from these cards here. You see clearly, you understand the market, I would say. And all right, so let me just see what else I can pull there. Let's ask a question on what is... Sorry, guys, I was trying to find my other deck. Oh, I know what it was. Sorry. It takes me a second to sort of coordinate myself here. Almost there. Sorry for the delay, guys. Okay. Actually, let's just do this one. What is the advice What is the advice from, this is the Art of War. Sorry, guys, don't mean to delay so much here. Okay, so the Art of War, what is going on for that? What is the best advice for the month of August? What is the best advice for the month of August? Month of August, best advice. Month of August, best advice. Okay, best advice is the one who is skillful at keeping the enemy on the move maintains deceitful appearances, according to which the enemy will act. He sacrifices something that the enemy may snatch at it. Thus, one who is skillful at keeping the enemy on the move maintains deceitful appearances, according to which the enemy will act. He sacrifices something that the enemy may snatch at it. So, in other words, get to the root of the problem. If someone is uncomfortably or unaccountably angry with you, think about why that might be. They might be maintaining deceitful appearances and are angry about something that has nothing to do with you. Gently try and find out what it is, and they may well grab the chance. Your reward and theirs will be getting to the root of the problem, so it can be sorted out. Okay, there's one. He wins his battles by making no mistakes. Making no mistakes is what establishes the certainty of victory, for it means conquering an enemy that is already defeated. Aim high. We all make mistakes, but it's important to set out with the idea of perfection. Aim high and you will achieve more. Sometimes you'll reach perfection, but the moment of triumph is fleeting and soon gone. However, the memory of it will motivate you to want it again. Mistakes are simply ongoing tuition through which we learn excellence. Like that a lot. Okay, Sun Tzu said, the clever combatant looks to the effect of combined energy and does not require too much from individuals. Hence, his ability to pick out the right men and utilize combined energy. Combined energy teamwork. It's easier to lift a heavy weight with others than by ourselves. You can apply this to your decision making too. Seek advice from those who are more knowledgeable than you in specific areas, which will help you make better small choices. The more you know, the more options you will have. Love that. That seems perfect. And that's for the month of August. Combined energy teamwork, aim high, and get to the root of the problem. Excellent. Okay, well, I'll leave it at that, guys. I will do another reading here for you guys in a little bit, but until next time, keep moving forward, and I will do another read for you soon.